should be the third and final part, unless I remember anything else, of this tutorial on using your turnips. So let's go. Let's go back here. Alright. So you have the Z drop, the glide tossing, the free pull, the bone walking, turn up cancel. Now for me to teach you the footstool lock, which is something I'm gonna go to a flat stage so that half of them won't get in my way. Okay, I posted videos of this before. For those that don't know what it is, it's pretty much you see how when I footstooled him to a backer, he got reset and I was able to try and do it again, but I messed up? That's pretty much it. There you go. I messed up. It pretty much resets your opponent, and they can, well, you can pretty much do whatever you want after that. You can, you know, up smash them, grab them, or whatever. Now, you can do this at any percent between 0 and like 100, I believe. Let me see. I know there's a certain percent where you can't do it anymore. I don't know why, but that's just the way it works. Let me see. Yeah, like I guess once you hit 100, you know, you can't do it anymore. So I suggest you do it to maybe 90, and from there, if it's like a light character or something, you can finish them off. If it's a heavy character, I don't know, try to combo, follow up with something, a mix up, whatever, you know, whatever you want. Alright, now how this is done. Pretty much, you have to Z-drop a turnip. When you Z-drop footstool like this. See how Peach pops up? So yeah, that's step 1. Practice Z-drop footstooling. Z-drop footstool. G-drop footstool. G-drop footstool. Alright. Once you have the hang of that, step 2 of this is to Z-drop footstool. As soon as you get the footstool, float out of it like this. See that? Get that. There you go. Now, this is where things become a little tricky. Once you get used to that, after you float, you have to do a falling back air, like this. Make sure when you do a back air, it catches your turn up. Just fall to a back air. Guess his damage is too high. Yep, it's too high. Only works like around 70, I guess. But yeah. Just practice catching the turnip with your back air. And when you do that, make sure her back air, like the front of it, hits Bowser. Or pretty much anyone you do it to. If you do it right, it's gonna reset them. And you can do it over and over again. Like that. I messed up, but you can pretty much drag them. I could drag Bowser across the stage if I don't mess up. So yeah, that's pretty much how it's done. So to recap, practice doing that. Once you get that done, practice doing this. You know, practice doing that. once you get that, practice catching the turnip with a back air, a falling back air. Yeah. You know, and you get that. So those are the steps. Now, how useful is this? It kind of depends. First off, I want to point out that characters with the size of Bowser, they're easier to do it. It's easier to pull it off on them. Thin characters, it's a little harder. Outside for like maybe Falcon and Ike, I think you can do it easier on them. And then smaller characters is just really a pain in the ass. I honestly would not waste my time trying to. I would just go like for something like maybe footstool down air, because it's really hard to catch somebody small off that. But yeah, you can do it to Bowser, DDD, DK easily without much of a problem. Certain characters' footstools have weird priority, so you have to time it, you know, in a certain way. Let me show you a thing character. Snake, for instance. Now, let's see. With Snake, here's a rule with characters like Snake. If you do a turn up, if you like Z drop it, and they face like that, you're not gonna get the lock, because if you try, you're going to miss. When you Z drop, make sure that they still face you. They keep facing you when Z drop the turn up. So that way you can see. I messed up. I have to. See, he's looking the other way. So if you get that, you're doing it wrong. Like I said, I haven't really practiced it on thin characters like Snake, but I've tested it out on like Snake, Falcon, Ike. Characters of the same weight or, you know, size, the weight, the size, you can do it to them. It's just tricky. Yeah, see right there. I could have done it, but I was a little too slow. And yes, you can do it with Stitch faces. You can lock them; they won't go anywhere. With 2 to 3 locks, they'll probably be at like 90 or something. There you go. See, I locked it, but I was too slow to react. But yeah, you can do it to Snake, Ike, Falcon, Rob. You can't really do it to because he has a weird footstool animation. Like, look what happens when you footstool Rob. He just drops at. His footstool animation is weird. Peach touches the floor. I don't think I can do it with this. Nah, I can't. You see that? How Peach just falls? So you can't really footstool lock him, but you can guarantee a hit out of the footstool, such as this. Oh my god, I'm messing up. See? Stuff like that you can do. See, with a Stitch face, it goes to 71, and I could have locked him by, but I didn't float, so you could do stuff like that. Well, I'm not gonna waste time trying this out, but I've made a video of it, of what you can do to Rob. So if you look through my channel, you'll find the footstool combos you can do on Rob. So yeah, that's pretty much how you do it. Like I said, big characters like DDD, DK, Bowser, they get ripped by it. It's not that hard to pull it off, man. Slim characters like Snake, Morph, Falcon, Ike, stuff like that, you can do it to them, but the timing is just a little tricky. Make sure when you Z-drop, they look at you. Don't have them look the other way, or it's not gonna work. Those are pretty much the general rules for it. Okay, and that will pretty much end this segment. The last one, oh, like I said, uses for it. I guess you can do, if you're in shield, you can set it up. If you have a turnip in hand, you know, you can set, you know, the locks or whatever. If you're in your shield, just practice it doing, practice doing a, what you call it, a Z drop to footstool out of shield. Practice that. So that way, when you practice and you get the hang of it, out the shield, that you have a turnip in your hand and you're that close to your opponent, you can footstool. Don't try to do it too fast, cause if you try to do it too fast, you get what I get. Like, I'm just not footstooling, I'm like forwarding, but yeah, out of shield, look that. And then you could just grab them if you want to. Talk too much. But yeah, I mean, to set it up, you will have to know if your opponent's gonna roll or sidestep, and then just footstool them and go for the lock. You know, it could lead to some setups, some kills, stuff like that. So that's pretty much the uses of setting it up. But if you can do it right, you're racking up damage quick. And at the same time, you're locking with your back air, you're refreshing your moves with a turn up plus a back air. And that way you have this, that, you know, those moves are fresh and you can kill at an easier pace. So, okay, with that explained, there'll be one more segment of little turn-up strategies, gimmicks, and all that stuff they can use to help you out in battle. So, peace for now.